Did the world just witness an angel descend at Paris Fashion Week? What really happened when Taehyung walked out in a royal purple suit with wings that shimmered under Celine's golden lights? Watch until the end and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because this moment will leave you breathless. The crowd froze. Cameras stopped clicking for half a second, that rare pause before chaos erupts. And then, in a blaze of purple and light, Kim Taehyung of BTS stepped onto the Celine runway, his presence slicing through the Paris air like a dream breaking into reality. No one expected this. No one could. Because this wasn't just fashion. This was transcendence. The line between human and celestial suddenly blurred in the most unexpected, breathtaking way. Rumors had been swirling since early morning. Some whispered that Taehyung had been spotted near the Grand Palais wearing something unreal. Others claimed Celine was about to unveil a concept so bold it would redefine luxury fashion. But no one, not even the fashion insiders who've seen it all, could imagine what was coming. 10 minutes ago, the moment happened, and now the internet is burning. Taehyung appeared in a royal purple suit, tailored to perfection, shimmering under the runway lights like liquid amethyst. But it wasn't the color that made the world stop breathing. It was what floated behind him. Angel wings, vast and soft, glimmering with silver and violet hues that seemed to move with the rhythm of his steps. The wings weren't costume props. They looked alive, like an extension of his soul. Who was he in that moment? A model? An idol? A vision? Or perhaps something more? A symbol of transformation, power, and divine beauty that Celine dared to bring to life. The crowd screamed his name, not in chaos but awe, as if every camera, every heartbeat, every pair of eyes were bound by the gravity of his presence. Even the stars outside seemed dim compared to the light reflecting from those wings. Is this really happening? One fan whispered near the front row, tears glinting under the soft glow of the runway lamps. He looks like an angel fallen from heaven, but too perfect to have fallen at all. Social media is already exploding. Within minutes, the hashtag Taehyung Celine Angel trended globally, flooding with clips and photos that captured the impossible. The world has seen Taehyung in every form. Idol, actor, icon, but tonight something shifted. This was no longer about fame. It was about artistry. It was about how one man could embody the impossible and make it feel tangible, real, alive. But what did it all mean? Why purple? Why wings? Was it a message? A symbol of freedom? Or perhaps a quiet rebellion wrapped in beauty? Fans are already dissecting every detail. Some say the wings represent Taehyung's duality, his elegance and strength, his serenity and fire. Others believe Celine crafted the entire concept around him, knowing that only Taehyung could carry the balance of divinity and darkness in one look. Even fashion critics, usually reserved and calculated, were visibly shaken. "It's not fashion anymore," one editor muttered, hand trembling as she recorded the scene. "It's mythology." And that's the word echoing through every corner of Paris tonight, mythology. Because when Taehyung moved, it wasn't like a model walking. It was like a story unfolding. His eyes carried mystery, his expression unreadable, his every motion deliberate yet effortless. He didn't just wear the outfit. He became it. Celine's creative director, watching from backstage, reportedly whispered one word: perfect. And maybe that's the only word that fits. Because for 10 minutes, the boundaries of what fashion could be, or what beauty could mean, were rewritten. Outside the venue, fans screamed under the Paris night sky, holding up banners, phones, and tears. The city lights reflected in their eyes as they chanted his name, calling him not an idol, but something purer. Taehyung, our angel. And yet, for all the glory and perfection, there was something haunting in the way he looked back one last time before disappearing behind the curtain. Was it exhaustion? A secret message? Or just the quiet after a storm of light? The moment felt infinite, suspended in time, as though Paris itself had forgotten to breathe. People will talk about this night for years. The photos will circle the internet endlessly. But those who were there, those who saw it happen with their own eyes, say the pictures don't capture even half of what it felt like. It wasn't human, another spectator said. He wasn't walking. He was floating. It's strange how some moments redefine everything you thought you knew about beauty. Taehyung has always been known for his style, his charisma, his magnetic presence. But tonight he transcended all of it. He wasn't showing fashion, he was showing emotion. A silent performance that spoke louder than any music could. And that's why the internet can't stop asking, was it just a fashion show, or a message from Taehyung himself? The wings, the color, the stillness, could they symbolize freedom after years of constraint? Could they reflect a deeper transformation, both personal and artistic? No one knows, and maybe that's the brilliance of it. One fan wrote on X. When he looked up at the light, it felt like he was saying goodbye to something, but also hello to something new. And maybe that's true. Maybe this was more than a runway. Maybe it was a rebirth. Now the question burning across the world is simple yet profound. What's next? If this was just a glimpse of Taehyung's artistic evolution, what comes after? Can the world handle it? The comment sections under every video are flooded with shock, tears, and heart emojis. "I can't stop crying," wrote one army from Japan. "He looked divine." Another added, "That's not just Taehyung, that's a symbol of beauty itself." For 10 minutes, the line between mortal and immortal dissolved. For 10 minutes, time stopped. And in those 10 minutes, Taehyung didn't just attend Celine's Paris Fashion Week. He became ITSO. What did you feel when you saw him? Did your heart skip a beat too? Do you think those wings were just part of the concept? Or do you believe, like so many others, that they were a reflection of who Taehyung truly is? An angel walking among us disguised as an artist. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is undeniable. The world will never forget what happened in Paris tonight. The moment will echo, shimmer, and live forever in memory. The night Taehyung turned the runway into heaven. Now tell us in the comments, how did this moment make you feel? Did Taehyung's look leave you speechless too? Hit the like button if you believe no one can do it like him, and subscribe so you don't miss the next time the world stops for Kim Taehyung. Because after tonight, one thing's clear. Angels don't always have halos, sometimes they wear purple. The applause still hasn't faded. Even now, hours after Taehyung's appearance, the echo of that moment lingers through the streets of Paris, whispers trailing through the city like fragments of a dream that refuses to end. Some say the lights over the Seine shimmered brighter that night, as though the river itself reflected his wings. Others swear they felt a strange stillness in the air, the kind that follows a miracle. But what was it that made this performance so unforgettable? Was it the symbolism, the sheer visual impact, or the way Taehyung carried himself, calm, composed, yet impossibly magnetic? The audience didn't just see him, they felt him. Every gesture, every tilt of his head, carried a story untold. It was as though he was walking through memories, weaving emotion into motion, and somehow the entire world was invited to witness his silent confession. Celine's runway has hosted legends, visionaries, icons. But tonight, it hosted something beyond art. Taehyung wasn't there to promote a brand. He became the brand's beating heart. The purple suit clung to him like liquid light, its shimmer revealing not just the designer's genius but the model's essence. Taehyung's rare ability to merge softness with dominance, innocence with danger, earth with heaven, and those wings. Oh, those wings. They weren't just accessories. They were symbols. A silent declaration of freedom, maybe even defiance. Freedom from limits, from expectations, from the weight of being just an idol. It's as though the moment he stepped on that runway, he shed his image and stepped into something infinite. The feathers shimmered under the spotlight, each glint catching like a heartbeat. You could almost believe that if you reached out, you'd feel warmth, as if they were alive. Was this Taehyung telling the world, "I am more than what you think I am"? Perhaps. Or maybe it was simply his way of expressing what words could never contain. Because when he turned at the end of the runway and spread those wings, time fractured. People screamed, but he didn't flinch. He looked up, not at the crowd, not at the cameras, but at the ceiling, as though searching for something beyond human sight. The silence that followed was deafening. It was that kind of silence that doesn't come from emptiness but awe, the collective breath of thousands who just witnessed the impossible. Then the world roared back to life, applause shaking the hall, flashes blinding, tears falling. People hugged strangers, murmuring, "Did you see that? Did you feel that?" Online chaos. Every second another clip, another edit, another fan crying over the way his wings shimmered when he smiled. "He didn't need to speak," one post said. "His silence was the loudest thing in the room." And that's true, because sometimes beauty speaks in silence.